spiritual practice. The purpose of this activity is to prepare our soul. Is Norma up next?
No, you're right.
Prepare our souls and our minds to be receptive to the message. So, Marianne, could you please grace us with your presence?
For today's spiritual practice, I am going to do a reading that's from the book Blessings by Julia Campbell.
Microphone, please.
It begins with a quote from Jean Houston. At the height of laughter, the universe is flung into a kaleidoscope of new possibilities. And this passage is entitled, I anticipate great good and open my heart to it. I am alert to new beginnings. I open my heart to bless the hello that comes to me uninvited and unexpected. I bring to my world a child's openness to new companions, new ideas, and a new way of thinking. I allow myself to be met. In the face of new beginnings, I practice curiosity and expansion. I embrace risk and I open to play. Mine is a festive heart. I do not allow old songs and old ideas, and I'll add old stories, to become the only melodies I will listen to. I practice a listening heart. I am attentive to the pipings of small adventures. Even in the face of haste, even in the light of past experience, I entertain optimism, allow enthusiasm, encourage care. My heart is resilient and expansive. I cherish all that I have and welcome my ability to care still further for all that yet is offered me. And the title of this, which I neglected to give, is I Anticipate Great Good and Open My Heart to It. So now I would ask you to close your eyes, get comfortable, be as relaxed as you can be, and just contemplate these words and what they mean for you now and in the future. It will take a minute or so to do that. Message or any thoughts or ideas that you may have from contemplating this passage, you can always bring it back. You can place it and remember it in your heart. So if you would come back into the room, open your eyes. I know that we are loved, and I speak for all of us when I say I'm speaking for you. I am love. I am lovable, and I am loving. And I am open to hear the message. I'm open to receive love and give love. I am love. Namaste.
Oh, you introduce him first. Sure. Did you get the script for him?
No, but I know Norm.
Okay.
I know Norm. Let me tell you how I know Norm. The first time I met Norm, we were on a bus together to a rally for March for Our Lives down in DC. And he was on the bus, and then we got to be friends. And then I show up at the Center for Spiritual Living in Greater Baltimore. Boom, who is there? Norm. Is that not synchronicity? Is that not the way the world's supposed to be? And he is a very talented singer, songwriter, performer, and he has performed at many spiritual centers and events. He was one of our performers at the World Peace Party last year, so we are so appreciative of that. So Norm, Nancy, what did you say?
2 years.
2 years ago, excuse me, our last event. Let me put it that way. So please welcome Norm Hoagland and his wonderful voice and guitar. Boom, isn't that what it's called? I'm learning the lingo, baby. That's it, huh? Is that going out in Britain? That's all correct. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Give me a song, that sad song with some happy words to turn into a prayer, to turn into a prayer. Well, it may be the right one and it may be the wrong one, but the Lord don't care. The Lord don't care. The Lord don't care. Oh, if there was a song to take me up the mountain, take me up the mountain, take me up the mountain, come on. If there was a song to take me up the mountain, then what would that song be? Now that we know it. If there was a song to take me up the mountain, take me up the mountain, take me up the mountain. If there was a song to take me up the mountain, then what would that song be? What would that song be? If there was a song to bring me to freedom, bring me to freedom, bring me to freedom. If there was a song to bring me to freedom, what would that song be? What would that song be? And if there was a song to fill me up with love, fill me up, fill me up with love. If there was a song to fill me up with love, what would that song be? What would that song be? If there was a song to take away my troubles, take away our troubles, take away our troubles. If there was a song to take away our troubles, that song be. What would that song be? If there was a song to fill us up with courage, fill us up with courage. If there was a song to fill us up with courage, that song. It's a song. Fill me up with courage. Fill me up with courage. Fill me up with courage. If there was a song to fill me up with courage, if that song be. That song be. Prayerful song. Thank you, everybody. That was great. We're all in this place together.
I told you he was awesome. I didn't even do it like this. Well, we've had song, we've had silence. We've had all the things that have prepared us for the next part of our service, which is our message. And our message this Sunday is going to be brought to us by Harry Leffman, who I consider it an honor to call him my brother. Harry came to us from Arizona, where he has been. Harry is a lifelong spiritual seeker. There's no doubt about it. That is just, he has the T-shirt. I guarantee you. Okay, he probably also has the CD. I mean, he's been there and done it. But he came from Arizona. He studied engineering. And talk about a career switch from engineering to educational psychology. And in that path, he has been a part of the Unity Church. And when he came to Baltimore, by way of West Virginia, I mean, this guy just has done a lot. He came to Baltimore and became a member of the Center for Religious Science, I believe at that time, or Religious of Baltimore. So he's seen the transition from religious science to the Centers for Spiritual Living. He's lived through all that. And he has been a faithful questioner. A faithful questioner. Harry has such an inquisitive mind. And that's one of the things I love about him. You have a conversation with him, you're going to be schooled. And I think we're going to be schooled today by his message. So I consider myself privileged to call you my brother, and please come up here and just enlighten us, Harry, please.
Thank you.
Oh, honey, you.
Thank you, Robin, Mary Ann, Norm, Tina. Thank you.
And it's like, these damn people should know to do this, but.
So, okay.
All right.
Now at least I don't have to be limited by where the microphone is.
But you must hold it to your
But I
mouth.
must hold it up here. Okay, well, look, everybody, if I do this, just raise your hand up and remind me.
Hallelujah, Harry.
Thank you. All right. So that was quick. David, Mary and Norm, individually, you are wonderful, and as a tag team of excellence.
You
You
use
are
the stand.
outstanding.
Use the stand, dear. You're not
Just
being
gonna hold it right
successful.
here. I'm just not used to that. So the reason I wanted the microphones to move, and you can move the camera, I guess, is because I wanted to come up here and see you all and then center myself for a minute. No, let's stay. This is my whole talk. It's in this little book here.
Couldn't afford index cards.
So, well, I could, but I wanted them all held together. So CSL sends us every week and every month what you're going to talk about this week, how it fits in with the month.
If you
So I'm going to start out by reading you what they sent out, or at least the beginning of it, so you'll know where we are and what we're doing. The title today is Tell Me Something Good. Okay, that's my mandate. Tell you something good. And it says in here, figuring it out sometimes just doesn't work. When all our problem-solving skills fall short, we remember there's a deeper intelligence within us, offering us our perfect answer. I don't know, but Spirit does. And the one-sentence affirmation, divine intelligence lives in me and guides me in each new day. This month, we'll look at what newness feels like as it inspires our evolution. This week, we release the need to figure it out and invite inner guidance to lead us into new territory. Next week, we'll ground in the truth of who we are and our vision of who we are becoming. And week 5 reminds us that'll be Easter. We'll be here in person on Easter. Reminds us this is a journey, not a destination. So that's the mandate for today and what's coming up. Back to my outline. Tell me something good. I get to see something good every day that inspires me. I watch Music Choice on TV on Fios. There's a music channel, and in the corner of it are these little inserts with wise sayings telling me something good. It's called Daily Inspiration. So I have a few slides from that, which we're going to look at, and then a few comments. Okay, let's see. Do we have the slides?
Yep.
Because I want to look at them with you.
Okay, give me 1 sec.
That's why I came out here so I could
See the slides. I got you, and I figured that out. Took me a minute, but I figured it out.
Well, yeah. I'll tell you while we're waiting.
Tell us a joke, Harry, because you're really
Tell
good.
you
at
a
jokes.
joke. No, I'm going to tell you something else. The last part of this talk, Friday night, I thought I was done. And I was not done. The talk was not complete. And it's amazing when I'm in the middle of something and I know where I'm going. I know what I want. I don't know how to get there. And at night I lie down and I meditate and a voice kicks on in my head and just starts teaching me stuff, telling me stuff. And very often it's the answers to what I need to say, what I need to be thinking, what I need to have. Okay, there's a slide. I like that one. You can't have a better tomorrow if you're thinking about yesterday all the time. We're going to talk about that a little today. Next. Resistance to the unpleasant situation is the root of all suffering. Resistance to the unpleasant situation is the root of all suffering. That's pretty much Ram Dass repeating what he learned when he went to India and studied in an ashram, because that's basically Buddhist philosophy. Next. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. That we're going to talk about a lot today. The next slide was 11 things, 11 habits practiced by highly successful people. And today I'm going to stress 2 of them. The third one up from the bottom, teach what you want to learn. Teach what you want to learn. And the last one, engage in mental time travel. So those are a few of the tell me something good that I got that I thought I'd bring here to share. There's lots more of them. We're just going to use those 4. So we're going to explore how to transform to something good. But before I get to that, the Community for Centers for Spiritual Living Baltimore drama class is going to act out a brief skit. So if you folks would come up here with me for a minute, we're just going to read you a brief skit. You didn't know, we have a choir too, but you haven't heard from me yet. So this was in the funnies.
Okay. Y'all all go over
Over
there.
here, yeah, come on over here. Everybody. Okay. This was in the funnies from last Sunday, a week ago, and it just struck me. And this is a father, a mother, and a child of indeterminate age.
In the mic.
Guess what I just did?
Unloaded the dishwasher.
Filled my car after you borrowed it.
Finally finished writing Christmas thank you cards.
Got a high-paying full-time job.
Ugh, guilt humor, the worst.
Guilt humor? Is that what we are doing?
I don't do that. But I hope you feel awful about turning our daughter into an angry parent hater. Thank you. Let's have a bow now.
Just empty the damn dish.
I told you we had to have fun here. So I've had a lot of good teachers. One of my early teachers was Irwin Corey. How many of you have ever heard of Professor Irwin Corey? Ah, good, one. How many of you have ever watched the Spudders Brothers? Ah, and you
Yeah,
missed Irwin
Tom just
Corey,
passed.
most of you. All right.
Tom just
So-
passed.
I was introduced to Professor Irwin Corey when the Smothers Brothers introduced him as the world's foremost authority. And I had no idea who they were going to bring out. And this picture Einstein when he was getting really old, with hair much messier than mine, white, of course. And he kind of shuffles out to the stage and he gets behind the rostrum and he says, today we are going to answer some of the questions you have asked me. And he fumbled in his pocket and he fumbled in another pocket. And he finally pulled out a piece of paper and he unwraps it and he starts laughing. He says, ah, here it is. Professor Corey, why do you wear green tennis shoes? Ah, said the professor, what a wonderful question. Actually, that is two questions. The question, why, is the question that has been asked by man since time immemorial. That is our question. We are human beings and we ask why. And in the time that I have allotted to me now, it would be presumptuous for me to attempt to begin to answer that question. We will put that aside. The second question is, Professor Corey, do you wear green tennis shoes? Yes! And he screams out this yes with such enthusiasm that if he were a religious science person, he would stop right then and give a thank you prayer that he could wear green tennis shoes. Because when you get that kind of a yes, it's something to be grateful for. But sometimes the answer is, yeah. Or sometimes it's no, but I wish it were. So think about that for a minute, because that's where the intersection of religious science, philosophy, and practice, and what I understand to be the psychology of human beings, run so close together. And that is one of the things that so delights me about walking with one foot in each of those disciplines, in each of those learnings. So if you are answering, well, no, or yeah, it's like years ago when my hair, I still had a full head of hair then, and it started to turn gray. And I asked, why is my hair turning gray? That's one of those why questions. Even if I know the answer, it isn't going to help. I can leave off of that and deal with, is my hair turning gray? Yeah. And I pissed and moaned about this to a lot of my friends, and one of them finally said, Harry, stop whining. You are becoming a silver fox. Yeah. If I had had a prayer practitioner, they couldn't have given me a better answer. Harry, rejoice, be grateful you are becoming a silver fox. You are a silver fox. I am a silver fox. And to that I can say, yes. You got the idea here. Okay. So now we're done with the fun stuff, because dealing with parents who talk the language of blame and shame, that's a lot harder to deal with. And you can ask, why do my parents talk to me with the language they use? Why? Well, I'm even going to be presumptuous enough to give you an answer for that for a minute. Because if they're doing this, talking to you with love, this is the best they know how to do, because their fear for what you might be, for what you might do to them, for what you might become, or what might lie ahead, prompts the language they use, prompts the way they talk to you, because it's coming out of their fear and it overrides their love. And so they'll talk to you as they talk to you. That's just how it is. Your task is, how do you transform that? How do you heal that? How do you deal with that in such a way that you get past it? The first thing is, yeah, this is for you, dear. This is for you. The first thing is, you deal with them with compassion. Understand they're doing the best right now that they know how to do. If they could do better, they'd do it. This is what they do. It's fear-based. It's their language. It's automatically triggered. Have compassion. Have a sense of, yeah, I know you're struggling with this. I know you're struggling with me. And I understand it's difficult for you. Have that. Oh, good. That's lots of pages. And of course, there's always the issue, well, if that's what my parents or the people around me do, can I change them? That's the first thing we're going to try. Let's go back to that Maya Angelou slide, because that's really what we want to be seeing here. It's up there a ways. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. So the first thing is, can I change the person who's doing this? I was probably in my 50s before I figured out how I could change my father's habitual response, which was driving me crazy for 48 years. And I changed it. I figured out how to do it. I talked to him. I needed some follow-up work. I did it. You can ask me afterwards what the trick was, and I'll tell you. I'm not going to go into it right now, but yeah, sometimes you can get change. If you can't get change, how do I change my attitude? I can use affirmative prayer. So think for a minute about the young person up here with those two shame-based, shame-based parents. How would you do that affirmative prayer? Think about that for a minute. What would you tell that person? And if it's you, what would you tell yourself? My note said, God is that divinity residing in me. I hear the concern, the caring, and with compassion, I let the rest of their message go. I hear the concern, the compassion, the love, and I let the rest of the message go. And I do this with growing skill and comfort and growing love and compassion. I am grateful for Spirit aligning my awareness. I surrender this into the law, and with gratitude I say, and so it is. That's the religious science. That's where the religious science and the psychology just fits so well for me, and it's so exciting. Tell me something good. Okay, we can get out of this one for a minute and just come back to here I am talking. Tell me something good. No response. Yeah, hey. So I got to thinking. So I got to thinking the other day, a couple weeks ago. Ram Dass. How did he do it? Ram Dass. How did he do it? I've seen Ram Dass in person a couple times, talking from a place no farther from me physically than I am from you, Karen. And except he's up on a stage and I'm sitting in the first row because I got there early because he's my hero. But I still am asking the question, how did he do it? How did he be the Ram Dass that he was, to present himself to us so that we were all just captivated listening to him? What? How? And then about a week ago, I was in the shower, which is where I do my meditation starting before bed, and the water comes down and I start to get messages. That's cool. And I got out of the shower in a really good mood, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I looked good right then coming out of the shower, not because I looked physically different, but because I looked radiant, because I was so grateful for what I'd just been hearing. And I looked at my image in the mirror and I said, good evening, God. Just, wow, good evening, God. And then I asked myself, how did I get here to where I could stand in the bathroom and look at myself in the mirror? Good evening, God. Well, CSL has a large share of what happened to me because I would come to church, years ago, and we had a member then, Ted. He's moved to Carolina since then. But Ted would greet me every Sunday morning. Good morning, God. I wasn't ready for that. It depended on my mood of the day, just like getting out of the shower. If I was in that kind of space, I could go, oh, cool, hi. But usually I wasn't. And it was like, don't talk to me like that. It's taken a long time. It took about 2 years of Ted before I didn't freak out. You know what an old soul is, folks. An old soul is a slow learner. So it took me 2 years. And finally I got it. And then I was in a group with Michael, and Michael would look at him, he'd tell us he'd look at himself in the morning. In the morning? In the mirror. Every morning. And he'd say, good morning, God. Not me. I couldn't do that. It's taken me a long time to invite my consciousness to change and play with it and enjoy it until I could do that. And so my getting out of the shower, good evening, God, that was real good. I don't normally use that language. So here's the thing. The language I use for expressing myself, for prayer, for anything, the language I use needs to not get a fight going in my head about you can't say that, which I used to do with good morning, God. And it needs to be something that feels fitting in my body. And when I get out of the shower and I see my radiant smile, it's fine. When I'm not wearing that radiant smile from within, then my body is going to say, you can't say that. So there's an alignment there of both my head and my heart. They come together for this. Okay, you with me so far? All right, where did I put my notes? I don't want to get lost here. Page is way ahead now. So a friend of mine, Richard, a gift he brought me when he came back from being in India. And I didn't meet him when he got this gift. Years later, Richard is telling me that when he was in India, the guru who was leading the ashram would come out, look at the assembled people who were there to hear him, and he would come out and he would say, "Good morning, manifestations of divinity." Manifestations of divinity, I like that. It doesn't get a fight from my head. It doesn't get a fight from my heart. And so when I got up this morning and I needed to pause for a minute, it was to remember to see you through what I perceived to be the eyes of Ram Dass, who sat on that stage knowing that he is a manifestation of divinity, and knowing that those people he's with, that he is sharing with, are manifestations of divinity. That's who we are. That's who we're dealing with. So that's the second something good I want to share with you this morning. Let's see what else I got. Oh, I forgot to say, Ram Dass, he did this with humility, with grace, with humor, with wisdom and enjoyment. He was having a good time sharing what he was bringing us. I choose that for me. I get that experience more and more. So I said this much of what I've said to you to Lily in the afternoon, Friday, a couple days ago. And I thought, oh, good, I'm done. And Lily said, well, what did you say? What did you tell him?
He said that with a Southern accent.
I said, something good. She said, what was it? So I had to think about, see, Lily grew up writing business letters. You write a preface, you write the body of the letter, and then at the end, you tell them what you told them and you tell them what you want. That's the summary of a business letter. I hadn't done that last part. So let's go back to the Maya Angelou slide. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. That's the first thing I'm inviting you to carry away with you from today. Hopefully, also carrying away a few thoughts, inspiring thoughts about how to do it. Change your environment or change your attitude. And my tools for this are psychology and an affirmative prayer. And it doesn't matter which one, they both lead me down the same path. Graying hair, silver fox. Shaming parents, talking from their fears, doing the best they can. Psychology and affirmative prayer. Okay. And the other lesson, the second one, that was the slide you just created, Dana, that answers the question, who am I? A manifestation of divinity. And who are the people I'm dealing with, because that will guide me in knowing how to deal with them. Manifestations of divinity. So I invite you to take that thought with you also. See this as Ram Dass sees it. I am so grateful this awareness is growing in me. I release this into the law, and with gratitude I say,
And so it is.
One more add on here. Tell me something good. I didn't know the last part of this talk Friday night, as I told you. And in the Mystic class on Thursday, there was a question that I totally did not get, and it was talking about the connectedness of spirits. And so when I told Lily what I was going to do, Lily exactly knew what I needed to add. The summary, the last slides, and telling you again what the message is. So I know that this will be in you a growing awareness, a growing ability, a growing and increasing set of skills and tools, attitudes and beliefs. And that these will continue to grow in you, and you will really get to enjoy and appreciate this process. I release this prayer knowing it is already done. And in gratitude I say, and so it is. Namaste.
How about that? Harry. I thought Harry has worked very diligently on this for the past 2 weeks. And I'm gonna take your thunder, son. You silver fox. That cracked me up. The bottom line, you change your thinking, you change your life. And in this teaching, you have a community to help you with it. You have a community to help you initiate it, sustain it, and then maintain it. And that is the beauty of the science of mind. It's all about your community, and it's all about changing your perspective. If you don't like something, change it. You have the power within you to do that. Thank you so much, Harry. Now that we have a drama school here too, this goes right along with this. So awesome. Sonia's like, really?
No, I love it.
I do.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, a 15-minute or second skit is fine. Don't give me more than 5 minutes. Okay, where are we here?
Conscious giving.
I'm looking for it. Yeah, this stuff is really messed up, I'm telling you. I should go through this file and take out all the stuff I don't need anymore. Here we go. At the Center for Spiritual Living in Greater Baltimore, we practice conscious giving, also called Dana. I have a friend named Donna, and I can't look at her anymore without thinking about this. In Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Dana is the practice of cultivating generosity. Cultivating generosity. It can take the form of giving to those in need, giving to a community, or giving to where you are spiritually fed. And I certainly hope that you leave here today feeling that you have been spiritually fed. As we gather today in the spirit of love and fellowship, we are mindful of the profound impact of conscious giving. Dana. As we give, we receive. There are a few ways to practice conscious giving and your support of the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore. And you'll find them on the donate page of our website. You can use PayPal, Giveify, you can text. There's all kinds of ways you can do that. So I asked you to, again, give where you were spiritually fed, and I sincerely hope that you were spiritually fed this morning. So as a community, and did I put this on the program?
It's on the screen.
It's on the screen. Jeez, Dana, you are so with us today, baby. Let us declare our financial wealth and abundance. I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully participate in the law of circulation.
I trust in the spiritual principle that says, as I sow into my beloved community, I demonstrate my awareness of standing not only in the flow, but as the flow itself. As I sow of myself, my time, my treasure, my talent, I demonstrate my support and engagement in my community's vision, mission, and purpose. I I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting, of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all.
Sorry, you had to turn the page. Now we will have a final song from Norm. And I'll have some announcements and then we can have some refreshments. Yay.
There you go.
Well, this song was written by me
Yeah.
and Jack, my dog.
All right, Jack.
It's every morning we take a walk down the street. And that's when I start thankfulness. And of course, I'm thankful for Jack. We are both perfectly imperfect. Or what?
Imperfectly perfect.
There we go. Thank you. I needed an interpreter. And you can imagine we're all walking down the street. Metaphorically, we really are, because that's the road in life. As we walk down the street, we are closer to God. As we walk down the street, we may if you want. We are closer to God. As we walk down the street, we are closer to God. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We are closer to God. We open up and pray. We are closer to God. And we open and pray. We are closer to God. Let's be open. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Everyone and everybody, we are close to God. Everyone and everybody, we are close to God. Everyone, everybody, we are closer to God. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We are closer to God. Hallelujah. We are we are thankful, thankful, thankful. We are thankful. We are thankful, thankful, thankful. We are close to God. Thank you, everybody. Here's the Lord.
Last time. You know what, Norm? I'm so glad that you could be with us today.
Me too.
It's awesome, just awesome. Nancy,
You want to bless the.
Oh,
how about when Mary Ann does the closing prayer, we'll do that, okay? Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so we have a lot of exciting things that are happening at CSL Greater Baltimore. If you look at the back of your program today, we've got the Wednesday Oasis.
This Wednesday is Jenny Robertson.
Oh, Jenny Robertson from Baltimore.
On Purpose
On
Woman.
Purpose Woman will be with us on Wednesday. Jenny Robertson will be on Zoom. So please, if you can join us at 6:30 on Wednesday evening, it should be very, very entertaining and very enlightening.
We meet here.
Yeah. Pardon? And then on Thursday night, we have the Mystical Path class, which meets right here. It is phenomenal. I'm speaking for myself, but I know that talking to other people that are in the class is very thought-provoking. And Eugene Holden is our facilitator, and he is just delightful. So unfortunately, that class is closed now because we're going into the fourth session. But if you have ideas for upcoming classes, please let Dana or I know. We are excited and we want to keep it rolling like this. We've had some really dynamic and inspirational classes this spring or this winter, I guess. So if you have any ideas, something you want to learn about or a class that you've heard about, let us know and we'll see what we can do to bring it to the community.
Will there be more of those?
There'll be similar ones. Okay, we won't repeat that same one for a while, probably like a 3-year cycle or something like that. But there's lots of wonderful classes through CSO. Let's see what else is happening.
Blessing bags.
Yes. In the foyer at my house, there are probably a dozen deliveries from Amazon. And in those deliveries are all the contents of the blessing bags that we want to put together and distribute to the people who are experiencing homelessness. If you know where there's an encampment, please let me know because I will make sure that we take some there. But on Easter Sunday, the blessing bags will be here. I want you to take them, put them in your vehicle. If you want to make a love offering for the blessing bag, that's fine. But if you don't, that's fine too. Put them in your vehicle so when you come encounter someone on a corner saying they're experiencing homelessness, you can give them a bag with the blessings of water and nutritious snacks and hygiene products and warm gloves and socks and all the things that they might need. So they will be here on Easter Sunday, I promise you. Anything else, Tina?
We meet here first and third Sundays.
Yes, we meet here the first and third, and this month, because we have a fifth, we will be meeting here on Easter Sunday. So I see everybody in their little, everybody wear
In their
frilly dress.
Easter bonnets.
Yes, Easter bonnets and little fold over white socks and your little shiny patent leather shoes.
Angel
Yes, and if you gotta wear a bow tie, you can just come as you are. Believe me, I'm a jeans person, but it's Easter is one of those days, Christmas, Easter, and Mother's Day are the 3 days that people come to this service. That's how it works.
Reverend O said that's the CME churchgoers.
Yep, the CME churchgoers. Let's see. Pardon? Excuse me. We are in full gear for setting up for the Peace and Wellness Festival. We are working in conjunction with Ruscombe Mansion and their whole wellness community there, and it will be on October 5th. So put it on your calendar because it's going to be awesome. 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
Well, we say 6, but it's going to start winding.
So it's going to have music and food and entertainment and prayer and meditation and peace symbol ceremonies.
Sound baths, drum circle,
drums, you name it. It's going to be there. It's going to be a true celebration. October 5th, rain date would be October 19th. Because Rosh Hashanah, I think, is in between there, so we would not want to have it on that weekend. It will be a blast. And the fact that we're partnering with Ruscombe is just, again, another opportunity for us to reach out with another agency, another organization has a similar mission that we do. Bringing peace and wellness to the world. Okay. Now we have to do prayer works.
board meeting announcement.
Oh, board meeting announcement. After service today, we have a Board of Trustees meeting. Everybody is welcome. I won't say it's boring, but it's really not exciting, but you're welcome if you want to stay. And really learn more about the business of the community, of the the financial and the logistics parts of the community. Anything else, Dana, but seriously, if you have an idea for a class, let us know, because we're ready to set up our next class and go from there.
I suggest that you check out the csl.org website because it lists the classes that are available, and also on our education page, it shows, the progression of classes you could take if you'd like to become a practitioner. And a lot of those classes are really interesting. And there are plenty of teachers in this area who'd be able to proctor any of the classes that are offered on the website. So check it out. Some of the classes they have descriptions for. And if you have any questions, you can contact me or Robin, and you call the number on the website, it rings to me.
And I've taken probably 85% of those classes. You don't have to become a practitioner. You just have to
Yep.
Yep.
Like to learn how to work with this thing called life.
This thing called life, this thing called spirit. Yeah, this divine manifestation. So here at the Science of Mind, we practice spiritual mind treatment. It's also known as affirmative prayer. And as a community, we continue to treat and move our feet. We pray and we act. Knowing that it's all part of divinity. I just inspected that, but that's what we've been talking about in the mystery of that class. The truth that we treat and move our feet, knowing the truth for ourselves, our community, and our global family. If you would like a miracle in a minute, prayer after service, Marianne, our practitioner, will meet with you in the purple room. And after service, you can also complete a prayer request online. One of our practitioners will respond. Shay, amen. And so it is. So please join us. We're going to join us in the reception area so we can have some fellowship time. And if you're online and you want to have prayer, put that in the chat. And I want to thank everyone for joining us today. I wasn't quite as silly as the last time, but I just have so much fun up here. It's just a blast. And Marianne is going to pray us out and bless our offerings. So thank you, everyone.
Oh. That's better.
Yes, it is.
Well, this is what I know. I know we have gathered today with great open hearts to hear the message, to hear the good news, that we are truly blessed, that we are magnificent expressions of God, of a divine child of God, and that we have received this good news. And we've learned so many ways to change your attitudes and change our experience, to learn to use compassion, to let go of shame and blame, and really just grow with all the infinite possibilities before us, and to have a beautiful community around us to support us and love us. So it truly was a magnificent experience to be together and to open our hearts up to this message, to the wonderful message within Norm's music. So I am so grateful, and I am so grateful for the abundance that is us, the abundance that is here before us. And I know that many people give a monthly pledge, and that monthly pledge is here too. So we are filled with gratitude for this money that we have received, knowing that it is transformed 10, 100-fold, and does good work for us and for our community and our larger community. So I am so grateful for this and so much more. So I release this prayer knowing it is done, and so it is.
And so it is. Hey. Yes. Stop the recording at least. Okay. Gotta bless Leffman too now, Mary.